First leg, Mensur to throw first. Game on.
Let's see if one of this pair follows suit. Everyone hunting down this title now. And as you said, it's something that's missing off Jelle Klaasen's CV, the highest ranked player to not hold the European Tour title.
Well, the three guys in the top 16 who haven't won one of these, they're all still in the tournament. Two of them facing off in the first semi-final. Jelle bidding to make the other semi and face Peter Snakebite Wright. Now, I said in the introduction, this is the world number 9 versus the world number 10. Both of these guys are going to move up a place.
Yeah, they're jostling for position as well, because the one that wins this match will end up in front of the other one. They're both going to leapfrog Raymond van Barneveld already.
But there's the added incentive. If they go all the way and win the tournament, they go up to number 7 ahead of the history-making 16-time world champion Phil the Power Taylor. And it's probably a safe assumption that between now and the World Match Play, the next big TV tournament, that these guys are going to be picking up more money, and both of them will leapfrog Phil Taylor. But you don't want to be the number 8 in the world going into the match play, because that means you might meet Michael van Gerwen.
Well, look, there are a lot of tournaments between now and the match play, but within the next week or two, the loser of this match will probably be the number 8 in the world.
Oh, look, it's a fascinating clash. Very, very close in the head-to-head records as well. And they've had a number of recent meetings and significant meetings as well. But this could be a significant blow in the very first leg for Jelle Klaasen. Can't find the second treble 20 for the 170 outshot.
So no 170 for Jelle Klaasen. How about a 117 for Suljovic? You ready, Mensur?
Don't rush him, man. Mensur Suljovic.
93. You require 86.
Lovely dart, double 16. Double 8 next door.
70.
2 darts missed by Jelle
Mensur, you
Klaasen.
require 24.
It's fair to say that Suljovic has performed at a higher level than Klaasen over the course of this tournament so far. Both players playing a couple of games. Mensur averaging 99 and then 103. Klaasen averaging, well, 95 and then just 92. But it was enough to see off Dave Chisnell. And Mensur hold his throw in the opening leg. Yes, he can.
In the first leg, Mensur Suljovic, second leg, Jelle to throw first.
And look, you can only play the hand that you're dealt, but Jelle Klaasen, rather, beaten in the semi-finals of European Tour Event 1 by Michael van Gerwen. Beaten in the final of European Tour 2 by Michael van Gerwen. Also beaten 3 times in European Tour events by MVG last year. Michael van Gerwen's not there to stop him now.
Yep. Jelle Klaasen has been superb on the European Tour so far this year. And indeed, back end of last year, he made the final of the final event, didn't he? Only beaten by Alan Norris.
Yeah, and he was devastated at that defeat.
Because, again, you know, it was one where Michael van Gerwen wasn't there to stop him, and it seemed on a plate ready for Jelle Klaasen.
Well, Suljovic serving up the first maximum.
58.
Mensur Suljovic, the serene Mensur. He will take his time. He'll go and mess around at the back there. They'll be putting chalk on his fingers. He'll be swinging his arms. He'll be having just a wander around, just taking in the atmosphere. Why not? It's a lovely venue. 3,000 plus fans here.
Yeah, he's only dropped 2 legs in getting to this position, Mensur Suljovic. Whitewashing Stephen Bunting. This afternoon, Klaasen only dropped 3 himself, 4 now.
Yeah, well, something's got to give.
85.
These two go head to head.
Require 88.
68 remain. Down for the double 7.
74. Mensur, you require 89.
Suljovic's strength has been his finishing. Scoring's not bad, but his finishing has been his kind of trademark.
And he's comfortable with any double. And it's double 5 he needs.
84.
Not able to pin it on this occasion. Double 7 for Jelle. Straight at it, straight in. Shakes his head because he knows
to throw first. Game on.
that he could easily have found himself 2-0 down. Now, I mentioned that these guys have got a very tight head-to-head record. It is 5-4 in Jelle Klaasen's favour, including a big win on the telly at the Masters at the start of the year.
123.
A big win, a convincing win. I'll tell you what, sorry, that's Mensur who won that convincing win. It was a very narrow win, Jelle's most recent one in Ireland, just before the Grand Prix.
137.
Yeah, and all the on-stage meetings have been won by Mensur Suljovic.
54.
And perhaps a key one, the one at the European Tour was when Mensur went on to lift the title. That was in Riesa, in an absorbing game. And it's a clash of styles, as you can see. Jelle Klaasen almost runs to the
60.
off-key to release his first dart. You can see it's all one movement. It's all one series of movements as he releases his first dart.
58.
Mensur, there's all sorts going on. The legs kicking, the arms are swinging. A little bit of a hop there, the fingers jiggling. That was 11 legs, all of them hold a throw. And it turned out perhaps the most important dart was the one for the ball at the start of the game, which meant Mensur threw first. He went out in 12 darts. 6-5, thank you very much, and he went on to claim the title. But Jelle
140.
gets himself down to 1-2-6. Similar finish as these.
Yeah, they have been for the last couple of legs. Evenly placed. Suljovic lands the bullseye, so that leaves 72. Double 6.
110. Jelle 126.
He goes weird and wacky ways, doesn't he, Mensur Suljovic? Started on the ball. Jelle Klaasen could end up finishing on the ball.
He'll be hoping to finish on double 6. But it is the ball he looks at. And it's the ball he pins. Jelle Klaasen breaks the throw and goes into the lead for the first time with a 1-2-6 checkout.
And it's a small margin. Suljovic was not far away at all from nailing that double 6.
92.
Well, Jelle's managed to do something that neither man could the last time they met on the European Tour, and that's break the throw, and it could prove to be vital as Mensur starts kicking the leg and wobbling here and there. It's a wonder he doesn't
60.
fall over on occasion, Mensur Suljovic. The Leaning Tower of Vienna.
Klaasen taking a leaf out of his book there.
44.
Just saw his hind leg kicking out.
$140.
Good job there's an exclusion zone in this one. $97.
Looking to fill it up.
123.
Well, that has cost Mensur there. Even a single 20 would have got him to a finish. Jelle
58.
not able to take advantage. So Mensur is going to get an opportunity to break here. 2 visits from 178. And you would fancy Mensur to give himself at least a dart for the leg in those 2 visits.
He took a big shot for Klaasen to break.
140.
But the hard work could be being undone by Mensur Suljovic. A 140 leaves 38.
This has to be 10 for double 14, does it not?
Surely. Just checking Klaasen's score. Surely 10. For the Suljovic. Double 14. And that is why we've given it that name.
Yeah. Mensur Suljovic.
Reflect Mensur to throw first. Game on.
He gets double 14. He hits double 14. You can't afford to give this man even 1 dart at double 14. James Wade on double 10, Mervyn King on double 16, Michael van Gerwen on pretty much everything, but Mensur Suljovic on double 14 is different gravy. Jelle Klaasen has kicked off 180. And when their other meeting on the European Tour saw 11 holds of throw, we've already seen 2 breaks in the first 4 legs of this one, and Jelle Klaasen giving an early indication that we could see 3 breaks in a row.
Can he follow it? He is. He can.
140.
Just underneath. I was just thinking about Jelle Klaasen. One of his 2 9-darters came at the Championship League back in 2009. And that was against Colin Osborne, who kind of plays at a similar pace to Mensur.
100.
You wouldn't think it would suit Klaasen to play against, but he produced a perfect leg then. And he teased us with the prospect.
55.
Yeah, you often hear these faster players talk about slow players messing up their rhythm. Oh, I couldn't get into a rhythm, I couldn't do this, couldn't do that. Gary Anderson absolutely hates playing Mensur Suljovic for that reason.
137.
And Mensur knows it, and I'm pretty sure
126.
Mensur slows down on purpose because it helps him win games. Jelle Klaasen looking at the 1-2-6 again, but this time he doesn't get a dart at the bullseye. And Mensur has helped drag this leg back in his favour, but there's no guarantee that he gets a dart for the leg. He'll look at treble 19 for tops. Now it's the 18s he needs. And he doesn't get it, so... Jelle Klaasen, what's it going to be? Is it going to be 4 for tops? Is it going to be 12 for double 16? He could. Well, he does leave tops. Double 10.
24.
2 darts missed by
So you
Jelle.
require 40.
Well, the Cobra couldn't find the double top bed. Missed opportunity. Will Mensur make him pay? Now he's down for double 10. Slipping away, double 5, last chance.
No score.
Well, if
You
you're going to
require
miss,
20.
busting to leave tops again isn't a bad way to do it.
Yeah, missed well there, Jens.
He shows in a
Mensur.
5th leg.
But Klaasen doesn't
Jelle
miss
Klaasen.
and does get a break of throw.
6th leg, Jelle to throw first. Game on.
Well, it is strange to see Mensur missing his doubles, admittedly. As we've said,
58.
he's more lethal than anyone in the world, probably anybody ever on double 14, but he is very, very comfortable all around the board.
They are playing a very, very similar game here. Both missed 6 starts at double. Both just a 180. Averages. Nothing much between
100.
them.
It'd be a lot closer to the 100 mark were they finishing anything like we expect them to.
98.
Still time for this game to turn. Mensur 1-0 up. Finds himself 3-2 down.
55.
Does only have the 1 PDC title, Mensur, that International Darts Open title he picked up last year, but he has been knocking on the door. Made the final of the European Championship, of course, which is the big showpiece event that is the culmination of this European Tour.
Yeah, and he reached another couple of finals. All that was in the space of about 5 weeks for Mensur last year.
But the floodgates look to be opening for Mensur Suljovic, and it's only really, you know, we've been denied seeing Mensur for a number of weeks at the start of this season because his wife was ill and
60.
pregnant with another child, so he's back home in Austria looking after her. Didn't play any of the UK Open qualifiers, didn't make the UK Open as a result.
Again, looking to grab the advantage back.
140.
You'd think
160.
that he's done that. However, could take out the 160.
Certainly could. But he hasn't. And that means
88.
Mensur will come back looking
Mensur, you require
66. Now, what's the route to Mensur? Not sure he knows himself at the minute. He's got options.
Well, he's decided.
Double 16 he wants then.
34. He only requires
And the
72.
flailing arms of Mensur Suljovic let you know everything you need to know. And Klaasen, double 9.
54.
Well, you know what? There was an
Mensur, you
acknowledgement, a little
require
nod of the
32.
head there when he went inside, because that's why he stopped going for double 18. He doesn't like double 9.
Yeah,
And he kind of thought, typical. First time I've thrown it, I've gone inside. And he's gone and missed a 99. Suljovic to level up.
They're not even close, Mensur. But
Game
that
shot
one
and a sick
is.
flag.
And there you go.
Mensur Suljovic.
Didn't know whether to cheer or shout or just breathe a huge sigh of relief. I think it was a little bit of everything from Mensur, but it's 4 consecutive breaks of throw we've had now.
7 flag Mensur to throw first.
Yeah,
Game
some
on.
adjustment that from Suljovic. Those 2 darts not even in the same postcode as a double 16.
Yeah, it's a curious one with Jelle. So deadly on double 18 and has been for a long, long time. In fact,
100.
it's been a cornerstone upon which his rise over the last couple of years as a PDC player has been built.
64.
Won a title when he first moved over to the PDC in pretty quick time. And he spent a lot of time, you know, threatening every now and again, but you never considered him to be one of the leading
45.
candidates to go and claim titles in the various tournaments all around the calendar. But it's only the last couple of years where he really has started
42.
to regularly go deep into tournaments and be a genuine contender. And as I say, if it wasn't for Michael van Gerwen just on a mission to knock Jelle Klaasen out of tournaments, playing his best game of the tournament in many instances,
140.
I think Jelle would have gone on and claimed more titles. But he's moved away from that double 18 because he thinks tops
140.
works better for him. And I'm still not sure if it's the right decision or not. Maybe vindicated tonight.
Well, the problem is, go inside the double 18, go inside the double 9, and you don't have a shot. On top, he's going to have a shot if he goes inside
59.
with the first 2 darts.
There's logic there, certainly. And that is flawless from Jelle.
Looking at another break of throw, unless Suljovic can find a big finish. 157. Wasn't far away with the first dart. Was with the second.
85.
And the third was on the
requires
target.
75.
18. Now then, Jelle, you've been practicing this.
35.
I think that might have been Dutch for more practice
72.
needed. A few dabs being hit. Evidently, the dab cam has worked its magic earlier on in the evening. Ian White will be hitting the dab again very shortly in the opening semi-final with Benito van der Pas. But Mensur Suljovic be hitting the 72, staying up there for double 16.
56.
Well,
Jelle
Mensur
requires
is struggling
40.
on the doubles, and that is not something we've said very often. Working his way down. And into the double.
Jelle Klaasen.
Jelle Klaasen into the lead again. And, well, we just keep seeing the throw being broken. And it's partially down to the fact that both men are missing doubles.
to throw first.
They're both playing at a very similar level. They're both averaging around about that 90 mark. They're only hitting about, well, fewer than a quarter of their darts at double.
Exactly the
42.
same checkout percentage. Both missed 10 darts.
And what it means is the result is very much up in the air, because how do you pick a winner when you've got no idea, even when they get 3 darts for the leg, whether they're going to take it out? Mensur can't hit doubles, but he's fired in a 174 there to start the leg and looking good already to break the throw. That's a good response.
You just feel the tensions rising, don't you, in the arena? They know what's at stake here. Well, 4 perfect darts. 5.
140.
I think it feathered off the flight.
Great work from our cameraman there, who predicted he was going
57.
to be on that and zoomed in very early. But because it's Mensur, you just ended up getting there and waiting around for about 10 minutes for him to throw the 3rd dart. If it zoomed in any more, by the time he threw the 3rd dart, you'd be seeing the atoms of the tungsten.
82.
But it is a very strong leg from Mensur Suljovic. He's given him a chance of a 12-darter.
One big visit from Klaasen can apply the pressure.
58.
Doesn't happen.
Mensur, you require 105.
So looking for yet another break. But the evidence in this match, you wouldn't back him to hit the double in this visit if he gets a dart at double.
Don't try and predict Mensur. Come on, man. I think you would back him now.
I said you wouldn't back him.
Oh.
77.
Well, you would have been right. Double 14 as well, Dan.
Well, that's it. That's why I thought. First dart, it's Mensur. It's going.
90.
But he's going to go now.
Until you require 28.
I would stake my house on this guy.
Dan Dawson's housemates watching on nervously.
No score.
Good job I rent.
You only require 120.
Right, Jelle Klaasen then. Well, this is a big visit now. Good lie. Can he follow it? Well, he went underneath, but too far. Perhaps slight over-adjustment.
100. Until you require 28.
Well, it's been many years since Mensur Suljovic missed 4 consecutive darts at double 14.
He's not going to miss 5.
What is happening?
No score.
7 darts at double 14 missed by
20.
Mensur Suljovic. This is end times. This was written about in the book of Revelations because Jelle Klaasen is 5-3 up.
To throw first.
An old, trusty, reliable double 14 is not working for Mensur. And if that isn't happening,
59.
then what can he rely upon?
Well, he kicked off the leg with 5 perfect darts at trebles. And left the Suljovic.
140.
We can't call it that anymore, I'm afraid.
Well, the upshot is he has to win the last 3 legs. He does have the throw in this one and the decider if we go that far, but already he is struggling, Mensur Suljovic.
60.
Jelle Klaasen is hitting fewer than 1 in 3 of his darts at double, and he's being made to look
140.
like the finishing king by the gentle.
Yeah, we said last year, aside from Michael van Gerwen, of course, that Mensur Suljovic was kind of Mr. European Tour. Well, Jelle Klaasen seems to
60.
be taking that mantle off him this year. This is for a 3rd consecutive semi-final.
105.
On this year's event, he got to the final, the last one last year as well. And he's only 116 points away from setting up the clash between the Cobra and Snakebite in the semis.
You only require 116.
Oh, Jelle Klaasen. He's going to get a dart at tops. Oh, and he's gone next door.
86.
He has gone into the double 5. 1 match dart missed by Jelle, but he will return.
140.
Add insult to injury.
30.
2 for double 14. That'd be my route.
shot.
But he goes straight to the double 15. And Jelle Klaasen does beat Mensur Suljovic. The world number 9 will be world number 8 at the end of this tournament.